Okay, so the 2022 papers. Now we'll assume that after doing all of these past papers, now you're doing A levels in 2022. We'll see how much you can get it right. Which of the following is true about a public good? One person's consumption means others get less. That means it's rival. Is that correct? When one person consumes a public good, other person gets less of that? No, no. You get straight line, other person also gets straight line. So it's non-rival. Wrong. Consumers who do not pay for it can be excluded. No, no. Non-excludable. People who don't pay cannot be excluded. So can be excluded? Wrong. One more unit of a public good for some consumers means less units for the other consumers. No, no. It's non-rival. One person's consumption does not exclude others from consuming. Okay. Everyone pays the same price for the good. There is no price for public goods. Answer number 4, no? One person's consumption does not exclude others from consuming. So just because I consume it doesn't mean that you don't get it. I also get it, you also get it. I get street light, you get street light. I get protected by national defense, you get protected by national defense. So one person's consumption does not exclude another person from consuming. This is not non-excludable. This is talking about non-rival, okay? Is that fine, Lamai? Did you all get that correct? 32, non-rival. Fine. True about a public good. Nice. Then 33. Which of the following is true when the production of a certain good generates a positive externality? Very easy, no? Government must not produce that good. Private sector production remains less than the social desirable level. Do you think that is correct, guys? Remember positive externalities. When you talk about positive externalities, they are underproduced, no? Positive externalities, remember I told you, they are underprovided. So these goods are in production means it's underproduced. So private sector production remains less than the social desirable level can be correct. You can draw the diagram and see. Market price of that good will be too high. Government, if you want, we'll quickly draw this. Positive externality in production. We have one benefit curve, social benefit equals marginal private benefit. We have two cost curves. Okay. So positive externality means the marginal private cost will be higher than the marginal social cost. Where is your equilibrium? Blue one, right? The equilibrium is blue, right? Sorry, this is a positive externality in production. Okay. Your social optimal level is where? Social optimal level is here. No, no. Where did I do it wrong? Wait. Private cost, social cost. Do this diagram wrong, no? This is one cost curve. Which of the following is true when the production of a certain good results in positive externalities? Positive externality production. So there are two cost curves. Private cost is higher, where private cost equals private benefit is this. Okay, fine. Okay, looks fine. Okay, we'll see. Let's see. So you're charging P1 and producing Q1, but your social optimal level is where? Your social optimal level is saying charge P2, charge Q2. So in terms of quantity, you're under producing, right? That is fine, under producing. In terms of the price, you're charging a price that is too high also. Now 3 also looks correct. Price is too high as well. Private sector production remains less than the social optimal, correct. Market price of the good will be too high. I've typed correctly. Market price looks a little too high. Okay, looks correct. Government must discourage production. No, government has to encourage production. Wrong. This one is wrong. Private firms will not be able to maximize product profits. No. Which one, guys? Which one is the most correct? 2 or 3? Which of the following is true when the production of a certain good results in now here have they have not very specifically told. Now we drew a positive externality in production, but it's not 100% certain that it's externality in production. Now they are saying which of the following is true when the production of a certain good results in positive externality. It looks like a positive externality in production also, but what if it's a positive externality in consumption? Which one, guys? But basically tell me, if you talk about externalities in production, sorry, externalities in positive externalities, which one is the most important one? Is it the fact that they are under, is it the quantity or is it the price? The quantity, right? Now, why do externalities lead to market failure? Not because you are charging a price that is too high, you are charging a price that is too low. Externalities lead to market failure because you are either underproducing it or overproducing. That's the main reason, Nilama. Yeah. So in that context, right, which one can be? Now, even 2 looks correct. 2 looks somewhat correct. The most correct, see, this is where the examiner is picking you all, guys. Most correct is number 2. Do you all agree with me there? 2 and 3 are both correct. Most correct, because when we talk about externalities, mainly it's the focus on the quantity. So you have to be very careful, right? Now see, the examiner in the recent papers, he has been trying to trick you all. Even though he asked a basic one, he gives around 2 correct answers. You go with the most correct. Then 34. Why is this over here? Okay, what is crowding out effect, Lamai? What is the crowding out effect? When what happens? Crowding out effect is where government has a big budget deficit. They have a budget deficit, and you know what they do? We learned this in unit number 7 also. Government comes and borrows from the commercial banks. Government comes and borrows money from the commercial banks. Now what happens? Let's say commercial banks have around 100 million to give out as loan. Government comes and takes 80 million from that and go. Government says, look here, mata budget deficit, I need money. They soon issue some treasury bills or bonds to commercial banks and take 80 million of that and go. Now commercial banks have a very little money to give. So what happens, guys? What will commercial banks do? So now commercial banks have less liquidity. They have very little money to give out as to give loans. What are they going to do now? Now so many people are fighting to get the loans. Now I am all saying, look here, I want to build a new building, give me a loan. You're all saying, I also want this, you also want this. Now what will commercial banks do now? With the little money they have, now they will say, look here, they will increase the interest rate. Ne? Commercial banks will increase the interest rate. They will say, look here, I have only this much money. So many people want to take from me now. So now give 20% interest, because interest rate is the price of money. So when the interest rate increase, guys, what happens to private sector investments now? Private sector investments decrease. No, so many people like, come on, I will do this next year. I don't want the loan now. I will build my building next year. That's what happens, right? That's the basic crowding out effect story. We'll see which of this is correct. When the government borrows money to finance the budget deficit, it competes with the private borrowers and bids up the interest rate, causing private investment to decrease. Looks correct, no? That's what we told. When government increases money supply rather than interest rate, no. When business firms compete for investment projects, the competition crowds out the weaker companies. Nonsense. When the government repurchases bonds in the money market, money supply decreases and private investors have to compete for loans. No, repurchases bonds. No. When business sector borrows money, they compete with the government and bid down interest rate. No. See, answer is number 1. No. What is the crowding out effect, guys? In simple terms, that is where government has a budget deficit. To finance the budget deficit, they borrow from the commercial banks. So when government comes and borrows from the commercial bank, that means private sector has very little money available. Now everyone, all the private sector people are fighting for that little money. They are competing. As a result, interest rates go up. Then some private sector firms are like, I can't borrow at this interest rate. I will come next year. So what they do? Private sector investments come down. Answer number 1. How many of you got that correct? It's a good question. Yes. Got it fine? No. Nice. Then, okay, this one is a very easy one again. Market failure occurs when? Firms continue to incur heavy losses. Firms cannot find markets for their products. Demand falls and firms are compelled to cut their production. Price rises and consumers find it difficult to meet their needs. Price mechanism does not allocate resources efficiently. A main reason is given, which one? Market pay, remember, inefficiency in resource allocation. Number 5, no? Price mechanism means based on demand and supply. Market economy doesn't allocate resources efficiently. They are either overproducing, they are underproducing, they are, not consuming it efficiently. Answer number 5. Then 23, 2022-36. The highest component of government recurrent expenditure in 2020, same as 2022. Which one? Biggest component in government recurrent, they have been asking this over and over. It's interest payments. Easy. This one, main bilateral lenders of Sri Lanka at present. Who are the biggest fellows? Biggest fellows who have given us loans. China, India, Saudi, China, India, Japan, China, India, World Bank. Yes. Remember guys, what is the difference between bilateral and multilateral loans? Bilateral loans are from one country. China, India, Japan, Saudi, those are bilateral. What are multilateral loans? Multilateral loans are the ones that we take from these organizations. For example, IMF, World Bank, ADB, these are called multilateral loans. So now, for example, here number 3 is definitely off because that's not a bilateral lender. World Bank is a multilateral lender. Okay. Which country do you think, guys? Main bilateral lenders. China, India, Saudi, China, India, Japan, China, India, Germany, China, Japan, Bangladesh. Which one? It's China and India, definitely 1 and 2. Who is third? Third is Japan, guys. That's the other biggest fellow. Can someone reconfirm the past paper answer? 2022, 37, 2. If I'm not mistaken, Japan is the third biggest lender. Third, no? Right, nice. Okay, then after we have the same questions, how did you all do? Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. 6 out of 6. Perfect. At least 5. I think you should be good enough. 4 is also equally fine. Right? So can you all take some time, maybe even today? Mock people, you need to submit the paper by 6 p.m. So maybe take some time even today. Go through all the MCQs again. See the ones where you went wrong. Learn from those small ones and get that done. Okay. And then tomorrow we'll start with the paper 2 question. And most likely, I think in 5 hours I can finish. So maybe tomorrow's class and maybe another class we'll try and finish paper 2. Then unit number 8 is done. Okay, so with that we'll wrap it up. I also need to run to work. I'll see y'all and I'll mock people. I'll see y'all tonight as well. See y'all.